There's a towel in your bathroom that hasn't moved in days. Maybe it's damp, maybe it's tucked behind the door, maybe it's just there quiet, forgotten, hanging where it's always hung. But somehow, every time you walk into that space, something feels heavier. The air, your body, your mood, and you can't quite put your finger on why. Most of us don't think twice about where we leave our towels. We're busy, we're tired. The towel dries, we use it again, and life goes on. But what if that small habit where you hang it, how long it stays damp, how close it is to other things was silently affecting the energy of your home? And more importantly, the way you feel inside your own skin. I'm not talking about ghosts or bad omens. I'm talking about how your environment talks back to you. A towel on the floor. A towel blocking the doorway. A towel pressed against another, still damp from the night before. These are small details, yes, but over time they build up. Not just mildew or odor, but a kind of quiet static that makes your mornings feel slower, your nights less restful, and your home less alive. And the worst part, it's so easy to miss, because it feels normal until you change it. Part 1. Your bathroom isn't just for cleaning, it's for resetting. You step into your bathroom without thinking. It's where you brush your teeth, wash your face, fold towels, maybe check your reflection before heading out. It's ordinary, familiar. But what if I told you this one room, this space you use every day has more influence over your energy, your sleep, even your emotional clarity, than almost any other room in your home? The bathroom is the only place where water touches your body at the beginning and end of the day. That alone makes it more than functional, it makes it powerful. Because water doesn't just rinse dirt, it rinses memory, tension, emotional weight. Every time you run water, something invisible leaves you. And ideally, something lighter takes its place. But if the room itself isn't supporting that release, you walk away still holding what you meant to let go. A dark, stuffy bathroom doesn't just feel uncomfortable, it creates friction. It interrupts the quiet exhale your body longs for. Poor lighting, old products crowding corners, damp floors that never fully dry. These things seem small, but they slowly erode the peace you're trying to build. The energy doesn't circulate, it gets stuck. And when it's stuck, so are you. That's why even after a long shower, you might still feel heavy. You rinsed off, but nothing really lifted. And then there's the towel. Still damp, still hanging where it always hangs. The moment you wrap it around you, you're pressing back into your skin everything the water just tried to carry away. The bathroom was supposed to reset you, but that towel, if it's sitting in the wrong spot, becomes the bridge that drags old energy right back in. Most people don't notice this. They're moving fast, drying off, turning out the light. But if your mornings feel foggy, if your energy feels dull, if you keep telling yourself you're just tired but nothing changes, this is where I'd tell you to look. Not at your planner, not at your diet, but at your bathroom. Because when the space you start and end your day in feels neglected, your entire rhythm follows. The truth is, your bathroom doesn't need to be luxurious. It doesn't need a spa tub or fancy tiles. But it does need to breathe. It needs light, natural or soft white. It needs room for air to move. And it needs your attention, not in a perfect way, but in a conscious one. A clean, well-lit space with a dry towel, fresh air and intention, that's not decor. That's energy hygiene. So the next time you stand barefoot on those tiles, ask yourself not is this clean, but is this space helping me let go? Because if it isn't, it's quietly asking you to notice. And the moment you do, things begin to shift. Part 2. 5 Towel mistakes that silently drain you. Number 1. Towel on the floor like a body that's given up. You've seen it. Maybe in your own bathroom. Maybe at a friend's house. A towel, soft, familiar, used curled up on the floor like it's waiting for someone to notice. It might have slipped or been dropped after a shower, meant to be picked up later. But there it lies, half damp, part of the room now. And every time it stays there, something quiet begins to shift, not just in the air, but in the way you feel. Most of us wouldn't think twice about a towel on the floor. We're practical. Life moves fast. We assume the body is clean, the towel will be washed, and the rest is just background. But what if that simple image, a towel lying low, soaking in whatever's beneath it, was actually mirroring something deeper? A kind of emotional fatigue we've been living with but not addressing. A towel on the floor is more than clutter. It's the one object in the room that holds the memory of your body. It touches you in your most vulnerable moments, right after you've let go of the day's weight, right after you've exposed your skin to warmth, water, and stillness. And if it's left down there, crumpled where dust and moisture settle, it becomes more than fabric. It becomes a sponge for everything the room doesn't want to hold: water, heat, tension, energy that's low and stale. And the next time you pick it up, wrap it around your shoulders, your chest, your back. You're not just drying yourself. You're bringing that same heaviness back in. What's more subtle but just as real is how that sight affects your nervous system. When your eye catches a towel on the floor, your body registers it, even if you don't. It reads as unfinished, as something left behind. It signals disorder, even in a space that otherwise looks clean. And over time, that single image can begin to dull your ability to feel fresh, rested, clear. You start expecting a bit of chaos. You accept a little bit of emotional mess. You tell yourself, "I'll deal with that later." But the energy you want, peaceful, spacious, calm, keeps slipping further away. In homes where towels are often on the floor, people report feeling tired even after resting, irritated for no clear reason. Homes like this don't feel dirty, they feel heavy. And often, it starts with overlooked habits that repeat day after day until they become invisible. But here's the truth: the towel on the floor is never invisible to your energy. It's always sending a message. One that says, you can rest, but not fully. One that says, there's something left undone. And there's a deeper symbolism here. Think of the body after a long day. We all feel the pull to drop things: our clothes, our tension, our expectations. But when the towel drops too, and no one picks it up, it's like the body never truly stood back up. It's like part of you surrendered and forgot to return. That's why such a small act, lifting the towel, hanging it to dry, feels so different. Because it's not just about cleanliness. It's about care. It's about respect. It's about saying, this towel held my body today, and now I'll hold it with the same attention. That gesture, done repeatedly, becomes an act of alignment. It tells your nervous system things are tended to here. Nothing stays stuck on the ground. It doesn't matter how small your bathroom is. It doesn't matter if you live alone or with a full house. This is not about perfection. It's about the energy you're choosing to support every day in the smallest of ways. And once you see that towel on the floor for what it is, not a chore, but a signal, you won't leave it there again. Not because someone told you not to, but because you'll feel what it does to your space, your breath, your clarity. So tonight or tomorrow morning, when you walk into the bathroom and see your towel, where will it be? Will it be flat, dry, and lifted? Or slouched low, soaking in more than just water? Because your towel doesn't just dry you. It holds the way you live. And the floor was never where your energy was meant to rest. Number 2. Towel facing the door, blocking the flow before it even starts. There's a moment, almost too quick to notice, when you open the bathroom door and step inside. A shift in light, a small exhale, the subtle reset your body expects. But what meets you first? For many, it's not a sense of calm. It's a towel, damp, slumped, hanging straight across from the entrance. You might have placed it there because it's easy, because that hook was already there, or because you never questioned it. But that small placement is doing something bigger than it seems. It's blocking what's meant to come in. Doors aren't just doorways. They're entry points for movement, intention, energy. And in a space as intimate as a bathroom, how that entrance feels matters more than we realize. When you walk through that doorway and the first thing you see is a towel, soft but heavy, used but still wet, you're not being greeted. You're being slowed down. Your eye, your body, your mood, they hit a wall. A quiet one, but one that changes everything. Most homes are designed for function. We hang what we need where it fits. But what's functional isn't always flowing. A towel hung directly in front of the door becomes a barrier. Not just to sight, but to sensation. What was supposed to be a breath of fresh space becomes blocked. It's like a hallway with a chair pushed against it. You can still pass, but not freely. And when that towel is damp, the impact deepens. Dampness holds. It clings. It suspends weight in the air, subtle, yes, but real. That moisture doesn't just stay in the towel. It hangs in the energy. And every time you walk through that door and face it, your body registers a low-grade resistance. Not enough to panic, just enough to stall you, to make the space feel less open, less light, less welcoming. As if something's in the way, because something is. For women who carry a lot emotionally, mentally, quietly, these tiny moments of blocked movement build up. You find yourself getting irritated more easily. You avoid the mirror. You rush through routines that used to ground you. Not because your life changed, but because your space stopped supporting you. And often, that shift began at the doorway. Your towel shouldn't be the first thing anyone sees, not you, not guests, not your own reflection. It's a private item. It holds water, heat, residue from yesterday's shower and the morning before that. It's not meant to stand between you and the space you're entering. It's meant to be nearby, not in the way. Subtle, not central. There's also something deeply symbolic here. A doorway is transition. It's the moment between what you're leaving and what you're entering. And if something soft but stagnant is hanging in that space, what message are you sending to yourself, day after day? That comfort equals interruption. That rest has to be tangled with weight. That even personal care can't begin until you navigate around something that shouldn't be there. It doesn't have to stay that way. The shift is so small. Just move the towel, hang it on a side wall or behind the door. Somewhere reachable but invisible from the threshold. Somewhere that says, this space is ready for you. Let the doorway remain clear, open, unblocked. Let your entrance feel like an invitation, not a pause. Because how you enter a space influences how you move through it. And when the first thing you meet is openness, your body softens. Your breath deepens. Your presence returns. That's not just aesthetics, that's restoration. So next time you walk into your bathroom, notice what greets you. Is it space, light, stillness, or is it something that's been quietly standing in the way? Because even if you've gotten used to it, your energy hasn't. And the moment you move that towel, you'll feel the difference right at the threshold. Number 3. Towel in a dark corner where light never touches. There's a reason certain corners in your home stay invisible. Not because they're hidden, but because we've quietly agreed to ignore them. The far end of the bathroom, the gap behind the shower curtain, the wall between the sink and the door, places where light barely reaches. And that's where many of us hang our towels. Tidy, tucked away, out of sight. But also cut off from breath, warmth, and light. And over time, that towel doesn't just stay damp. It becomes a silent keeper of stale air and energy that has nowhere to go. We often think that darker corners are harmless. They don't get in the way, they're quiet. But the truth is, what stays damp in the dark doesn't stay neutral, it slowly turns. Moisture that doesn't dry becomes odor. Cloth that doesn't breathe becomes weight. Energy that doesn't move becomes mood. And if your towel is living there day after day, it's not just absorbing water, it's absorbing the very stagnation your body is trying to let go of. After a long shower, when your muscles relax and your mind finally goes quiet, the towel is the first thing to touch you. It should feel fresh, clean, comforting. But if it's been hanging in a dark corner, cold, musty, heavy, you'll feel it before you even notice it. Your shoulders tense. You pull it away faster than usual. Maybe you don't even dry off completely, just enough to get dressed and move on. That's not just texture, it's your body resisting. Because something doesn't feel right. And over time, that something turns into a pattern. You stop lingering in the bathroom. You move faster. You light a candle and it barely changes the air. The room feels stuck, even when you clean it. Even when the floor is dry and the mirror is wiped. That one corner and that one towel keeps pulling the energy down. Here's what's really happening. The towel, placed in a spot where no light reaches and no airflow circulates, becomes a collection point. It traps not just physical moisture, but energetic weight. Like a forgotten drawer that gathers things you didn't know you were keeping. And each time you reuse it, part of that weight wraps around you again. But this isn't about guilt. It's not about being perfect. It's about becoming aware of how even a soft, useful object like a towel can slowly become something else when left without care. It's about noticing what your space has been whispering, that even the cleanest room can feel heavy if one corner never breathes. So what's the shift? Simple. Move the towel into the light. Not just metaphorically. Literally. Hang it where sunlight touches, even just a sliver in the morning. If there's no natural light, place it near a soft white bulb. Let air move around it. Let it dry completely. Let it stop holding what you don't need to carry. And if your bathroom doesn't offer those options, create them. Crack the door. Install a small fan. Use a lightweight hook near the mirror. These aren't upgrades, they're restorations. You're giving your home back its ability to breathe. And when the towel breathes, so do you. Because the places we leave unattended don't disappear. They wait. And when they're dark and damp, they don't just hold moisture, they hold mood. You deserve more than that. You deserve a space where everything, even the quietest corner, supports your sense of lightness. And it starts with where your towel hangs. Number 4. Towels stacked together like emotions pressed too tight. Sometimes it's not what you see, it's what you feel. You walk into the bathroom and nothing looks wrong. The towels are hung, the space is clean. But something still feels dense. Not quite messy, but not quite light either. The room holds a kind of static, as if everything is pressing inward. And more often than not, the source is hanging right in front of you too, maybe 3 towels bunched together on a single hook. Neatly stacked, nicely folded, but quietly overwhelmed. It's a common habit, especially in homes with more than one person. Towels are soft, they're flexible, they don't take up much space. So we layer them. We share hooks. We drape them one over the other like clothes in a crowded closet. But when we do that, we forget what each towel is holding. Not just water, but energy. Yours, mine, someone else's. The day's mood, the night's restlessness, the long phone call, the quiet ache in your shoulders, the afternoon you didn't speak up. It all sits there, quietly pressed into the fibers. And when those layers are stacked tight, damp, with no air between, they don't release that energy. They trap it. Imagine your emotions at the end of the day. Sometimes they're loud, sometimes soft, but often they're just there waiting for a place to settle. And for many women, especially mothers, caretakers, or those carrying silent burdens, the bathroom is the only place they can let go. It becomes a retreat. But if your towel, the very thing that touches your skin afterward, is holding someone else's weight, what happens to that release? Where does it go? If the towel you wrap around yourself still carries yesterday's tension from your partner, or the lingering stress from your child, your body notices. It might not scream, but it sighs, it shrinks, it holds back. There's also something deeply symbolic about what stacked towels represent: compressed energy. Layers of care all squeezed into one small space. It's the emotional equivalent of multitasking when too many needs, too many responsibilities, and too many identities are crammed together, all fighting for breath. And that's the feeling your body absorbs when it reaches for a towel and finds not space, but density. We've been taught that sharing is practical, that using less space is efficient, that keeping things together is the mark of a well-run home. But what if that logic, when applied to energy, does the opposite? What if stacking towels isn't a sign of order but of emotional crowding? And what if giving each towel its own hook, its own space to breathe, is less about tidiness and more about permission? Permission to release. To not carry each other's residue unknowingly. To let each person have a moment of their own. The practical side matters too. Towels that stay bunched together don't dry. They stay damp longer. They start to smell faster. They create pockets of trapped moisture that become breeding grounds for bacteria, odor, and mildew. But the emotional consequence is even more subtle and just as real. When you reach for something damp and cold, your body recoils. You don't wrap it around yourself with ease. You brace. You hurry. You disconnect from the very moment meant to offer comfort. And that disconnection repeats itself day after day until it becomes a norm. Think of how often women minimize their own space, sharing the mirror, waiting for everyone else to shower first, using the leftover towel hook, the back corner, the smallest drawer. These gestures seem kind, but over time they speak to something deeper: the idea that you come last, that your energy takes up too much room. And that's where the stacked towels echo back, quietly reinforcing the message that there's no space between you and everyone else, that everything in this house, even your rest, must be compressed. But you have the power to change that. Not with a renovation, not with a bigger bathroom, but with one simple shift to space. Give each towel its own place to dry, even if it's just a few inches apart, even if you have to add an extra hook or a bar on the back of the door. That space is symbolic. It says, I matter. My energy matters. My rest is not optional. And if the people in your home each have their own towel, let them own it fully. Don't press yours against theirs. Let the air between them speak. Let the space between say we care for each other, but we don't carry each other's weight unconsciously. That's what real harmony is: not blending everything into one, but honoring the individual flows that move together, gently and with ease. And here's the most beautiful part. When towels breathe, homes breathe. When towels dry freely, people wake up with more clarity. It sounds small, but your body feels the difference. It knows when something is fresh, when something is meant for you, when the softness you wrap around yourself is fully yours and no one else's. That clarity, that lightness ripples outward. Your mornings feel calmer, your presence feels clearer, and your space begins to whisper a different story: one of care, one of separation without distance, one of intimacy without confusion. So tonight, when you see the towels on your hook, look again. Are they stacked, pressed together, damp from someone else's moment, or are they breathing? Are they gently hanging, with just enough room for your own emotions to settle, soften, and reset? Because your towel isn't just a towel. It's the final layer between your body and the world. And it should never feel like something you have to share. Number 5. Towel near the toilet, the most forgotten mistake. It's the most common placement and the most quietly overlooked. A towel hanging just above the toilet, maybe on a rack behind it, maybe on a hook beside it. It's convenient, out of the way, easy to grab after a shower. It seems harmless. But every time you reach for that towel, warm, soft, freshly used, it's been sitting in the heaviest energy zone in your bathroom. And your body knows it, even if your mind hasn't yet caught up. The toilet isn't just plumbing, it's a release point. It pulls waste, water, and unseen particles into the air with every flush. Even when it looks clean, even when you've scrubbed it with care, the space around it holds more than we think. It's a downward force, heavy, moist, quietly dense. And when a towel hangs within that zone, it doesn't just collect dust or steam, it absorbs that invisible heaviness. That energetic residue. That subtle discomfort that lingers in the room without a name. Think about how personal a towel is. It touches your skin in moments when you're most open, after a shower, after a bath, when your body has let its guard down. If that towel has been absorbing the air around the toilet, if it's been hanging just inches from where toxins are released, what message is it sending to your skin, your energy, your sense of renewal? You wash to feel fresh, and then unknowingly wrap yourself in what the space couldn't flush away. This isn't about fear or over-sanitizing. It's about honoring the spaces in your home that carry weight and being more mindful of what you place in those spaces. The area around the toilet is a zone of energy drop. It's meant to remove, to empty, to discard. It's not where we should keep things we want to feel clean, lifted, and healing. And yet so often we do. You might notice that the towel near the toilet stays damp longer, or smells a little mustier, or somehow never feels fresh, even after being washed. That's because fabric is porous, not just physically but energetically. It remembers where it's been, and it carries that memory onto your body day after day without a word. For women who are already carrying the weight of care, of work, of family, of invisible emotional labor, this matters more than we admit. The last thing you need is to wrap yourself in the emotional equivalent of a sigh, in something that pulls down rather than lifts, in something that feels just a little bit off, even if you can't explain why. And here's the truth, this mistake is so easy to fix. Not with a remodel, not with more space, just with intention. Move the towel. Even a feet makes a difference. Hang it near a window, a mirror, a wall where air moves and light touches. If your space is small, install a light wooden divider, or shift the hook just far enough so the towel lives in its own air, not the toilet's. Even better, introduce a simple buffer. A small bowl of coarse salt tucked behind the toilet. A sachet with dried citrus peel. These aren't just for scent, they're natural energy absorbers. They create a quiet shift in how the room feels. They remind the space that not everything is meant to fall downward. That some things like your peace, your hygiene, your energy deserve to stay lifted. You can go further if you want. Keep the toilet lid closed, especially when flushing. Not because of rules, but because it signals something subtle to your home. This energy stays contained. It does not move into places it doesn't belong. And your towel, clean, dry, soft, belongs far from that boundary. Because how we treat our towels is how we treat ourselves, not in theory, in practice. Do we leave ourselves hanging too close to what depletes us? Do we tell ourselves it's not a big deal, while our energy grows heavier every day? Or do we choose, one quiet gesture at a time, to place our care, our comfort, and our clarity where it can actually thrive? The forgotten mistake isn't really about towels. It's about how easy it is to let the sacred things, our softness, our rest, our healing, drift into places that pull them down. But the moment you notice it, you have the power to change it. Gently, subtly, immediately. So tonight, look again. Not just at the bathroom, but at what's living near the things you've learned to ignore. And ask yourself, is my towel resting in clean energy or sitting in the shadow of something I've been too busy to move? The difference between the two is how your home begins to feel. Part 3, a gentle reset, begins with one small shift. There's a kind of healing that doesn't come from big decisions or perfect routines. It comes from noticing. From slowing down just enough to ask, why does this space feel like it's holding its breath? And more often than not, the answer isn't dramatic. It's not hidden, it's right in front of you. Hanging quietly on the back of a door, or slouched in the corner, or draped too close to something it shouldn't be. It's the towel. You've seen how it happens. A towel left on the floor becomes a sponge for stillness. One facing the door interrupts the welcome you didn't know you needed. One left in the dark corner holds more than water. And when towels are stacked tight, damp, layered, they mirror the way your own feelings get tangled when you're trying to hold too much. Even the towel near the toilet, so common, so forgettable, slowly teaches your skin to settle for something less than fresh. But here's what matters: the solution is gentle. You don't need to change your house. You don't need a new system. You just need to move one thing with intention. A towel lifted off the floor becomes a small act of self-respect. A towel given space to breathe becomes a message: I'm allowed room to exhale too. A towel that meets the light rather than the shadows becomes a reminder that even softness deserves care. And the shift begins inside you. When you change the way you treat the smallest item in your home, something so daily, so unnoticed, you change the tone of your mornings. The feel of your skin, the way you carry yourself through the day. That's not decoration, that's restoration. That's what it means to truly reset. So don't underestimate the quiet corners. Don't dismiss the habits you've gotten used to. Because energy is built in layers, and the first one is always attention. And tonight, maybe for the first time in a long time, you'll step into your bathroom and feel it exhale with you. Not because you did something dramatic, but because you moved one towel in the right direction. What we've just walked through together wasn't really about towels. It wasn't even just about bathrooms. It was about energy, yours, mine, the quiet exchange between the spaces we live in and the emotions we carry. Because no matter how small the detail, a damp corner, a crowded hook, a towel too close to where things are flushed away, each one tells your body something. And over time, your body listens. The science is simple but profound. Environments shape behavior. Light affects mood. Clutter impacts cognition. Moisture and airflow change how we rest. And our nervous system is constantly reading these cues even when we don't. What you see when you enter a room, the objects within your reach, even the softness you wrap around you after a shower, these all inform your sense of safety, of ease, of presence. But the heart of it? That's deeper. Because for so many women, especially those who've given so much to others for so long, the home can become a place of function, not feeling. We keep it clean. We keep it running. But we forget to make it breathe for us. We forget that energy doesn't just move through walls, it moves through rituals, through details, through how gently we treat what touches our skin. So if all you do after this video is move one towel, lift it, separate it, give it space, you've already shifted something. Not just in your bathroom, but in the rhythm of your day, in the way your home responds to your presence, in the quiet message it now sends: you are seen, you are supported, and you are allowed to feel light. Thank you for letting me be here with you, for sitting in this stillness, for reflecting on something so small and seeing how big it really is. May your home soften around you. May your mornings feel lighter. And may every towel you touch remind you, even in the ordinary, there is space for care. Until next time, be gentle with your space. It listens more closely than you think.